Hey guys, Scavenger here. I'm gonna be a little bit quiet on this one because it's very late and I'm not trying to keep anybody up. Let's see. What can I make a video on? Well, let's see. I just watched Kung Fu Panda 4, which came out yesterday. No, 2 days ago now. Yeah, I could make a video on that. It's topical, relevant. Nah, though. I could make a video on the Lego Movie Part 2, which came out a few years ago, but I definitely have some words to say about that. Nah. I could make a video on The Marvels, which is a movie that came out, and I actually really liked that, and have some things to say about that, because it was much better than I thought it was going to be. But no. I think I'm going to make a video about 2001, A Space Odyssey. I don't know. I can't really describe this film. Well, I won't describe it, but I'll go into how I felt about it. Because going into this, I literally had no idea what to expect. I know it was about space, and I knew it was about space. I knew it had to do with an AI program, because you see the robot everywhere, and that it's always like in all parodies and stuff like that. Well, that is it. And it's a movie that its legacy preceded it. You know, I mean, you hear about the movie before you hear about anything that happens in it. You hear the name 2001: A Space Odyssey, and if you like me, always confuse it with A Space Oddity, which is, by David Bowie, of course. And I just a crazy imagery. This movie is one of those movies where it's like, what the hell were they smoking? But the thing that interests me is I don't know if they were. Because, boy, it just shows something. And I was just taking a brief overview of the special features, which, by the way, this menu is like the worst menu ever. But, and it was supposedly has deeper meanings of creation, life, God, extraterrestrial life, and I don't know. I'll be honest, and I'm not just saying this out of, whatever, I do not think I understand all of it. Not because, I may or may not be not intelligent enough to understand all of it. But, hold on, I'm going to turn the controller off real quick. Yeah, it's been bugging me, it was staying on. But, alright, well, I'll start over. Studying this movie, first of all, there are 3 solid minutes of pitch black and just ambient music, I'll say. And I was like, it was about a minute in, I know, because I paused and looked. It was about a minute in, and I actually checked. I was like, I pushed play on this, right? I didn't pause it and then not realize, no? Okay, still going. So I fast forwarded the other 2, and then 3 minutes in it finally starts. And that's just because it's such an old movie. that it has I guess it's called a prelude, I think. It's supposed to like set the mood, set the tone, while also letting people get their seats and stuff, because there's also an intermission in this. There's a part in the movie where it just fades to black and then says intermission, and then like for about, I think, I didn't count this time, but probably like another 3 minutes, it's just black screen. And I was like, what's going on? So I fast forwarded to that too. I don't think that's, maybe, oh, that ruins the experience. Maybe, whatever. But, hold on, you gotta see that. There. Yeah, I think I put it out of focus when I got in front of it. I'm trying to make that the focal point. Anyways, though, that's Jupiter, by the way. Don't worry about it. Makes sense in the context of the film. And only the context, not in general. So, funny story. My family actually watched this not too long ago because they wanted to watch something new, and I had just gotten it recently, and it was, various members of my family, but they all said it was terrible and the worst movie they had ever seen. And when I finished this, I actually ran into one of my family members, and I was like, hey, I just watched 2001 A Space Odyssey. And they were like, worst movie you ever seen, right? and I was like, no. And they were like, what? And I was like, really? No. It's indescribable, it's incomprehensible, but I gotta say, I love this movie. I think I was just in the right mindset to watch it. I think that being in the mindset is very important, because if you go into a comedy after just watching a horror movie, well, that's not a good example, but if you go into a horror movie after just watching a comedy, you're in a good mood, you're peppy, and you're not going to be like, taking it seriously. If you go into I don't know, I can't think of any other examples, but you have to be in the right mindset. And I think that's what it was, I knew it was a long movie, and there are several shots that just go on forever. I mean, there are shot after shot of just, a machine moving, and, like, somebody fixing something out in space. Like, I remember you watch him leave the ship, and then make it all the way over to, like, a different part of the ship that he has to fix. And, like, you watch him do it in real time. Not necessarily real time, because it's not real, but you know what I mean. Like, you watch him slowly make his way over. And I was just thinking, please, God, don't make us watch him going back. But thankfully they don't. But, I'm sure it was done for, like, reasons, like, to show you everything slowed down, to show you everything being meticulous, to show you everything in excruciating detail, for a reason, I guess, to highlight the nature of it. I don't know. I really don't know. What's happening right now is you can barely see it because, like, the exposure in the room is just, whatever. But he's at a point where, like, they're following this object, a monolith, and they find it. He finds it, and then he starts following it, and then this happens. I can't explain it. I don't know what happens. I think he's going through space and time, and then, God, I really wish you could watch it. Cannot zoom in this mode. Okay. Well, then you're just gonna have to look at like a very overexposed television in my face. But yeah, I'd say watch it. And actually, funny enough, I did take an intermission. I didn't mean to necessarily, and it wasn't during the naturally placed intermission. I actually paused and went and got myself a drink. I don't know, I just found that funny. So I came back and then watched the rest of it. What's funny, never mind. But I don't know, I really dug the movie. I'm not exactly itching to watch it again. And it's not a movie for if you have ADHD and stuff like that, which my brother does, terrible. He can't sit still and watch a movie to save his life. So I'm gonna ask him to watch it with me. I'll be like, this is the most interesting movie ever. But yeah, right now, he arrived in this white room, and he's in a pod, and then he visualizes himself out of the pod, and then the pod disappears, and then he walks into a bathroom, and then he hears something clinking, and he turns around back out of the bathroom, and there's himself as a much older man, and he's older in general when he gets there. He looks at his face in the mirror, and he's a lot older in general. And then he looks at himself. He looks out of the window and sees him out of the doorway. And sees himself eating. I'm getting ahead, but you can't tell anyways. So it's very slow, anyways. But he sees himself eating, and then the eating him stands up, turns around, walks into the doorway, doesn't see anything, so he sits back down, and then continues eating, and then he knocks over a glass, and it breaks on the floor, and when he goes to pick it up, he looks over to his bed and sees himself as a extremely old man, like a decrepit old man. I think that's the word, decrepit, yeah. And the old man reaches out, and there's no longer the older man, now there's just the oldest man. And you see the black monolith again. And it focuses in on the black monolith. And then you see the oldest man as an embryo with a baby inside. But it's not like a regular baby, it's like a baby with the face of a man, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to, or if they just made it that way to... Again, I don't understand this movie. I want to study this shit. I want to learn a course, as far as yeah, it's happening right now. If you can tell, you can't really tell. Kind of just looks like heaven. Maybe that is the thing, because shit, dude. Maybe that's the thing, because you're supposed to... I don't know, I literally only read the description of what each special feature was, but it's a conversation about God somehow. I don't really know how he plays into this, but I guess he plays into everything? Question mark? Oh, dude. I don't know. Oh, this is so freaky funky, dude. But yeah, I pity I pity the fool. No, but I pity any like college student who actually has to take a course on this and not just look up a YouTube video and listen to that in their free time. I pity anyone that has to like write a paper on this, because like film students, that's like whenever you see in like TV shows and movies and stuff like that, it's like a math equation that's like the hardest possible, or like an impossible math equation, and if you solve it, then you solve world hunger or some shit. I don't know. That's this movie. Is like film teachers will be like, if you can explain the meaning of 2001 A Space Odyssey to me, you graduate instantly and you're the next Stanley Kubrick. Which, funny thing, I have no idea who that is. I have no point of reference. Like, if you say, like, Steven Spielberg, I know who Steven Spielberg is. Who's another, like, trying to think of, like, older directors. I don't know. George Lucas. The greats, really, the greats. I'm just trying to think of specifically, like, Ridley Scott, there you go. I can't think of anything from the 60s. I don't know who directed the first Planet of the Apes, which, funny enough, is a much more interesting, but also different look at the future and stuff like that from around the same time period, and it's just very telling of how they thought things were going to be. And is it almost depressing how, like, all of the predictions of the future did not come to be? Every time a movie from the 80s, 70s, 60s would show what they thought the future was going to be in the 2000s and onward, it's always flying cars, holograms, tons of shit. Hey, there's the monolith, by the way. And there he is as an embryo, but you can't tell, so let me try to focus it. Maybe I can focus. No, not really. Well, there he is. Fuck, dude. I mean, I could just move the camera closer, but I'm worried if I actually just straight up show footage. Hey, look, there it is. It's getting dark. And then this part is weird. It shows a moon. I think it's our moon. And then, like, Earth. And, like, that's Earth right there. And then on the other side of the screen, right there, let me move my big ass head. Right there is the baby that was the man. And what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand. What is this? Why is a man who aged so much that he turned into a baby now an embryo looking at the earth? I don't understand this. And, like, I can't tell if that's the point of the film, or if the point of the film is to understand it. Like, are you supposed to look at this? Are you supposed to analyze this? Are you supposed to, like, oh my god. See, I can fully understand, and there it goes. I can fully understand how you would not like this movie. Like, people, like my family, who they watched it and they said it was terrible, worst movie ever. I can fully understand that. But I can't get enough. I want more. I'm gonna go to bed right now because it's very late. But tomorrow, I'm gonna pop it back in, and, well, I'm just gonna keep it in maybe. But, I'm gonna, like, watch all of the special features. I want to know more. I want to understand more. I want an image, a clear, definitive picture. I want to understand. But this is getting a little long in the tooth, and I actually did that on purpose because I wanted this video to only be a certain length and not be 6 hours of me talking. Though I bet out there somewhere is like a 6-hour cut of this movie. and it's just more scenes of them operating machinery slowly. Oh, okay. I was gonna wrap it up, but I lied because, it's me. I thought how the AI was going to be a much bigger part of the movie. I don't want to say like disappointed, but I thought it was going to be a much bigger part of the movie because, like, you see him as, like, certainly not like the face of the movie or anything like that, but he's like the one character I remember the name of because they said it so much. He is, quite possibly the most interesting, like, character, especially with all these AI characters, like, going around, and, like, people making, like, AI programs that can talk to you and, mimic emotions and shit. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. I'm gonna rewind to, like, a bright screen to give me adequate lighting. There you go. You can not look, because you can't see it, but that's him as the oldest man laying on his bed about to die and then be reborn. But I don't know, bro. I can't explain fully because I don't understand fully what this movie was. And I just want to say, if you are a stoner, you'll get a kick out of this shit. I'm not personally, because, like, fuck out of here with that shit. But I don't know, man. This movie kind of made me feel like I was. Because at a certain point I was like, dude, what if it's like all inside the monolith? Like, the monolith is an explanation of how we got here. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a follow-up. Like, if it's as much, if this is like some huge revelation that I have tomorrow, maybe I'll make like a follow-up video. If not, then, I'll just be satisfied with my own satisfaction. But I don't want to end the video. I can't stop talking. I said it 20 minutes back. Well, actually, I just said it, like, while he was going through the, like, wormhole, I guess. Because I wanted it to be a certain amount of time, but, like, I can't stop talking, but I have to stop talking. Nobody will watch a 4-hour video. Not that I don't think I can even make it. Well, I can make anything. I can do anything. But I gotta end it here. Because I'll just be making this video till the end of time. And I think that's the point, right? I think that's the point is, to make this video till the end of time. Until I'm an old man. Until I die and get reborn as an embryo. Staring at the world in space. God, I wanna, like, oh my God. What does it mean? What does it mean? I wanna know. I have to know. What is this? Is this a wormhole? Is this the entry into heaven? Is he dying right now? Oh my God. I don't understand. I don't understand. I want to understand. I want to know more. Okay. Well, I'm going to force myself to be content with ending this here. And I will catch you guys on the next one. How about you like, comment, and subscribe your favorite moment, from 2001: A Space Odyssey. If you've even managed to watch it, because it is a total slog and incredibly slow until it finally, I'll say it this way, it gives you enough time to get interested in the movie while the movie's actually going, whatever that means. But yeah, I've been Scavenger Reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that. I guess I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. See ya, man. Bye.